What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Afterburner. He's Mikey. I'm Jordan. We're from In the Dome. We're here to break down the 3-0 win over the Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The show is brought to you by Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Download the app today. Use code NATION when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Okay, bud. Florida, the Cup champs are in town. Florida Panthers with the return of Sam Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk, coming off a 4-0 loss in Vancouver. Lombo gets his ring, has a kid, has his birthday all in 1 week. He's fired up, ready to go. No Barkov tonight, playing the backup goalie. Thoughts on the Flames' luck to start this one off?
I thought they played pretty well.
That was a great game.
Pretty damn well. That's probably about the best the Flames are going to play, especially against a team as good as Florida. I don't know. You could kind of see Florida maybe starting to get away with it and start taking over in the second period. But, man, some of those shifts by that Coronado back in line really got the Flames back rolling. Obviously, Wolf makes the huge save on the breakaway. Probably the best performance we've seen from the Flames in a while, and especially considering that they got absolutely shit canned against the Lightning. You like to see a performance like that on home ice to redeem themselves, eh?
Love it. Love it. Big turnaround. I love how, look, Vladar got his. So this was Wolf's third start in 9 games. If you were on social media at all this week when Vladar started last game, I know there was a lot of discussion back and forth. Fans on either side of the equation of, yeah, sure, Vladar's been great. But like Dustin Wolf, he's your future. He's earned more ice time. He's earned more starts. So there's a lot of arguing happening. And it just so happens that night, Vladar lets in 8, followed up with a Wolfie shutout.
Does it just so happen, or is Wolf really awesome and should be playing more?
Well, I think, who was it? Was it Matchsticks and Gasoline? We finished off the drubbing in Dallas, which, look, the wheels just came off late in the game. Wolf was really keeping him in there until the third period. It was a 2-2 game going into the third. And then it fell apart. Wolf had a real shaky goal where he turned it over. But I think it was Matchsticks and Gasoline. After they tweeted, this is where you just play Wolf again the next game. You go right back to the guy. Yeah. And I think you texted me something the other day of just like, what's better for his confidence? Showing that you're going to just go right back to him, when he falters a bit, or punishing him essentially. He sits out 3 games. I know maybe he was coming off a flu, or some people are thinking maybe he was banged up. I guess he gets a shutout tonight, so either way he's back. But there was a lot of discussion. And if you're in the chat, I don't know. Let us know how you feel. I feel like Wolf should be getting more starts than he has. Obviously, he probably will now that Vladar has gone down with an injury. But what were your thoughts on the old Vladar getting most of the starts in the last 2 weeks?
Well, level-headed me. I was very level-headed about it all. And like, hey, the coach is doing a great job.
Not upset in the slightest.
I was quite pissed off, actually. And I mean, it just makes sense because I don't think Wolf has outplayed.
He's been better.
He's been far better. What is he now? 8-1-0 at home. 8. He's only lost one in 9 games at home.
Dude, they throw up that stat, and I'm sure is he solely in first now, tied for first for best save percentage in the league.
Yeah,
like this is your rookie goalie, the guy drafted in the very last round. That is too small, apparently. There's still fans saying he needs more time to develop, and watch games is better for his development. But first overall in the NHL, save percentage.
His home record's got to be easily the best in the league, 8-1-0. I think I checked Natural Stat Trick just kind of as the game was wrapping up, so he's probably tops in goals saved above average too. He was right up there in terms of every metric you'd look at, high danger save percentage at home. So he's been great at home. So, I think most people were a little annoyed when they saw Vladar getting the start yesterday at home following a lengthy Wolfie absence. It was pretty cool, though, to see him go against Spencer Knight, who was also drafted the same year he was in the first round, the highly touted
Yeah.
Highly touted goalie. Well, he's big. He's the best. And Wolf absolutely owned him tonight. So that was pretty sick too.
We're going to get to the breakdown of the game, but this is a topic I've been itching to cover. So we've had a lot of this. A lot of people are in the same boat as who had that up there? KQ. What is it? Don't rush Wolf. But are you rushing him? Really?
No.
Like, even if he played 40, 45 games, I think he's on pace for 38 or something like that. Like, he's already been held, the reins have been held super tight on this guy. You know, we had Markstrom for so many extra games last season that Wolf had to sit out and just watch Markstrom play for the final third of the season. I still feel like the reins are a little too tight for my liking.
Yeah, for me, I know probably for you as well. This is something we were complaining about last year too. Like the reins were tight last year. I would even go back to the year before and be like, I would have liked to have seen him a little bit more then. Like I think they have been maybe a little bit too careful at times and a little bit too like sensitive with the whole Wolf thing. Like it's not rushing him. The guy's setting record after record after record after record. And it's like he's won the most games by a 21-year-old to ever play in the AHL. He's winning back-to-back goalie of the year. He's winning MVP. He's doing this. And we still haven't really seen him like give him the full reins necessarily. And, you know, like I think comparatively, it is fair to look at other goalies and be like, hey, why are they kind of been so hands-off and like careful with Wolf? It's like, guys like Ottinger get right in there. There's a lot of examples of goalies playing a lot by his age. I mean, even in his own draft class, like Spencer Knights played more than him. The kid in Carolina, Kochetkov, he's played considerably more games than Wolf. And Wolf is by far the standout of all three of those guys. So I think you want to, I agree. It's not to my liking that they're still kind of like reining him in a little bit. Like I am not worried about rushing Dustin Wolf. Let's go balls to the wall on Dustin Wolf right now. So that's what I want to see. I know that's what the fans want to see. And I don't think there's any like, oh, developmental, we don't want to rush him. Like, have you seen this kid? Like, that's what you hear. His confidence this, his confidence that. This kid has confidence seeping out of his butthole. Does he not?
Can you say it on this thing?
I think butthole's okay.
Yeah, I get that. My analogy is like you're in a standard car, you're raring to go, you're sitting at the stoplight, you're just giving it the revs, you're revving it up. Wait till that thing turns green so you can peel out of there. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
All in, balls to the wall. All right. Our super chat charity partner this season is Youth Centers of Calgary. You want to make sure your question or comment gets on the show. Hit us with a super chat. Proceeds from our super chat will go to the Youth Centers of Calgary. YYC is a place where our kids are welcomed and accepted as they are, a place where they get a break to have fun from the chronic stress that is the reality of many of their lives and flourish through connection and fun. Geez, that sounds right up your alley, eh?
Connections and fun?
Oh, you just stress, anxiety. Fun. This sounds like you, bro.
I'm stressed?
Anxious?
Doesn't sound like me at all.
Not at all. Okay, man. So Kuzi's injured. I don't know what the extent of the injury is. Was it day-to-day or doesn't sound too serious, right?
Lower body.
So that the changes the line juggling a little bit. It seems like we're starting to hone in on something. You texted me what third period, just like basically never break up Coleman and Backlund again. Coronado's a really good fit on that line, and obviously Huberdeau and Kadri have found some chemistry here in the last week of hockey with Pospisil on the wing. It was nice to see Pelletier moved up to the third line tonight with Sharangovich and Zary, getting more than 6 minutes a game. What were your thoughts on the line combos? Well, I guess last week, but especially tonight was a few.
Yeah, tonight was, I think, honed in. Obviously, the Coleman move to the Backlund line, that just makes that line click, right? You could see it tonight. They were noticeably more effective. And that's just one of those combinations. Like we saw them kind of try to do this for a while when it was like Mangiapane and Backlund too. And I was like, well, they're going to split them up here and there. And it just, they never worked apart as well as they worked together. And that's the same with Blake Coleman and Michael Backlund. And man, that line was buzzing tonight. They get the no goal, they get the goal. Coronado, it's nice because, you know, Backlund and Coronado have maybe kind of been a frustrating pair at times. You know, Backlund's a guy who can't really finish. Coronado's setting up all these chances. But you add another guy like Coleman who's just so good on the forecheck, creates a lot of scoring chances. The line I am surprised is the Huberdeau Kadri connection, because I know we were like, oh God, this again. We have to see this again. How many times? Oh shit, it's actually
we've never
pretty
seen him play with Pospisil, right? Though, so
yeah, I think Pospisil is the key there. He's like the turnkey solution guy, and
seems to be complementing those two real well.
Yeah, Kadri aside, Huberdeau has played well with Pospisil, which was kind of a weird thing when he started off the season so strongly playing with Pospisil, and they split it up so quick. So I'm glad to see those guys back together. And, Pospisil was great tonight on the forecheck. And then, like you said, Pelche, I like seeing him. I like seeing him play with Zary. It's nice to see Zary play with some guys who have some speed. And I thought Pelche had a really good first period, had some good chances.
He had a good game.
Yeah. So
was that his third game or second called up? Third, right?
Was it fourth?
Because he's looked good since being called up.
Yeah, I didn't understand the healthy scratch in the Tampa Bay game. He's been progressively better every time he's played, I thought.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay, I want to throw this up here. Arthas says Vladar is an injury concern. Someone's saying hip. I don't know. Do you have any info on this so far? But my thing I want to bring up is it a concern? And if it is, why? Obviously Cooley comes up. He's I don't know, his numbers at one point were the best in the entire AHL.
He's been insane.
If anything, this might be a blessing in disguise. We get to see him on the NHL ice and see what he can do. Or is it a concern because a lot of people, especially arguing the last 2 days, Wolf and Vladar, a lot of people believe that he's just getting all this ice time Vladar is to up his trade value. Is it a concern in that sense?
If you want to trade it, to me, I'm solely looking at Dan Vladar as a trade chip at this point. So, yes. Somebody in the chat said it's just day-to-day for Vladar, so not a huge deal. So I don't know. I'm not super concerned about it. I would like to get a look at Cooley. I hope he's been so good, and he's such a weirdo.
He is strange. Well, that's
the best thing
that's the knock on most goalies.
The best thing about having Cooley up here is that he gets to do pressers, which is amazing because his pressers are outstanding, and he did another one today that was great.
Do you feel like Craig Conroy is shopping Vladar around? Is that his play? Because I don't really get that sense in the way they're utilizing him and the way the coach seems hell-bent on actually trying to make the playoffs this season. But I don't know. What's your take? Do you feel like that's what Connie's going to eventually end up doing this season?
I think so. I think you're shopping everybody, right, who's not under the age of 26, 25. So,
well, maybe this is great. I kind of feel like Mr. Public Pain that Vlad's part of the 2-year plan here, but who knows? Maybe we get a good look at Cooley here in the next week or two, and he impresses, and that gives Connie some more confidence to actually move a guy like Vladar and keep acquiring assets. All right, before we break down the first period here, every home game enter to win the monthly ground prize of a VIP experience. This is Richmond's Pub. You and a great guest can win flights, hotel tickets, and spending cash to see the boys hit the ice on the road. Nashville would be fun. Great food, daily specials, TVs everywhere. Richmond is ready for game day and serving up delicious barn burner blonde from Original Brewing all day at a special low price. Flames special. If it's a Calgary game day, Coors Light, Coors Original, and Coors Seltzer is on. Richmond's Pub, Sports Live, live here. 3619 Richmond Road in the heart of Glenmorgan. All right, man. The game starts. I thought the Panthers came out pretty intensely there. Wolf was forced to make a few saves out the hop, and then it kind of evened out after that. I mean, obviously, we talked about this when we were trying to break down why the Flames were having so much success when they were sitting on the top of the Pacific Division there for, what was it, half an hour. But part of that, and I think fans agreed with this when I pulled them, but part of it was kind of just like scheduling luck and teams taking the Flames a little bit easier because they're lower in the standings. Maybe now that we dropped out of a wild card spot, that's a bit of a thing. I think the Panthers were just, they come off getting shut out against the Canucks. Maybe they're not scoring as much right now. Barkov's out, but I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
Well, I mean, they still looked pretty good, I thought. I just think
Panthers?
Wolf was just when the Panthers had chances to take over the game. And I mean, they hit three posts. I think Ekblad hit 2 and they hit another one. So there's a little bit of luck on the Flame sides for once. But, they still looked pretty good. Like Sam Reinhart, I thought was one of the best players on the ice tonight. He was so good. He's so good. Chucky was pretty quiet. Bennett looked pretty good. But, it was just one of those games where the puck wasn't going in for them. And Dustin Wolf, man. And Dustin Wolf, that's all I can really say. That's okay. Next time we come on here, I think we're just going to be like a 2-second show. It's just be like, Dustin Wolf, bro, you got wolfed. The Panthers got wolfed, bitch. So that's pretty much what happened tonight.
Kadri scores another unbelievable goal tonight. Which one do you think was better?
I thought this one was better.
I don't know, man. I think the skill level, if you break it down, I know it's close. It's like one of those TSN voting things. If you're on the chat, which Kadri goal was better, the triple axel one or the one tonight? I like tonight's goal more, but I think the other goal might have been better. It's close.
All I'll say is if the goal he scored yesterday or the other night against Tampa was scored, I saw somebody tweet this. It was like, if McDavid scored that, we'd be seeing it endlessly on loop for the rest of time.
Oh, yeah. Good point, eh?
Because that was a crazy goal. But I don't know, Naz, when he scores those goals with his hands, like he's probably got like what, the dirtiest, the most underrated mitts in the league, doesn't he? The hands on this guy.
Kadri?
Every goal he scores is sick, dude.
Sure, he doesn't get touted like as a guy with dangles, but yeah, you're right. There's always some sort of flair to his goals. Let's take a look at this. That was nasty.
Yeah, that was sick. And like I said, he only scores sick goals, man.
Pelche had a few good shifts in the first, followed up after that goal. He had a good scoring chance in front of the net, right?
Yeah, he forced a turnover and almost buried one. He was maybe in a little too tight. I really liked his game, and that's the thing I liked the most about the Flames game, and just mostly from a lot of the kids. They played fast, they played with pace tonight. Dewar, I thought, had some nice chances. Pelche, Seri was rolling. Obviously, Coronado was doing a lot of driving. So, you know what? You get some of these kids in there, you get them pushing the pace, you get the energy up, and it's a fun game to watch.
Dewar's been an interesting one since he's been called up. Obviously, he hasn't been pulled out of the rotation, but he's got some wheels, hey? And he plays with size in the corners. It'd be nice to see him score a goal. But what have your thoughts been on Dewar?
Yeah, he's been fine. It's just, when he can't score consistently, because that's what we thought we were getting. Yeah. He had that really good stretch that first year he was playing. Daryl Sutter was here. And I was like, holy shit, like this guy's fast, he's big, he scores, but then kind of the scoring went away. So it's going to be tough for him to score consistently, but when he's in the lineup and he's doing that, he can be a difference maker. He's so big and fast.
First period, not a lot happened, a little bit back and forth hockey. Coronado he had a nice dish to Coleman there, and Coleman had some semi-break. He had quite a bit of room there to do something. We were talking about that on our chat, just imagine if he dishes that to Zari instead of Coleman there, because Zari has shown he can do some danger when he gets in tight all alone like that. I'd still love to see these two play together and just see if they have some chemistry, especially if they can start building chemistry over the next 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, we've talked about this too. Like that's one of the most important things about a rebuilding team is playing the young guys together so they can grow together and develop chemistry over years. Like you'd be pretty remiss, not that these are the same types of players, but if you just like didn't try Monty and Johnny together for an entire year, like why not see Zeri and Coronado together? Because like you said, there are a lot of those plays that it's on Zeri's stick. He makes a great play and he's playing with line mates who maybe aren't at that skill level and they can't finish. And kind of same with Coronado. Even though I liked him with Backlund and Coleman tonight, I'm still very interested to see him play with Connor Zeri. Yeah.
And that ball's been he had a nice opportunity in the first period.
He was good tonight, man.
Man, he's shown that can get shots off. He's got a freaking bomb too, eh?
Yeah.
If he can learn to start picking the top corners, it kind of reminds me of Hannafin, man. Like if Hannafin would always get shots through,
Yeah,
but he would never elevate. And as soon as he started figuring out how to do that, he started putting up some goals. So Ball's just got to learn to pick those top corners.
Chucky was quiet tonight, but there was one kind of half scrum at the side of the net, and he turns around and kind of like goes to like give the guy a shot, and he sees that his ball, and he's like,
yeah, he's like, man, I'll save it. Do you get the sense that Chucky kind of lays off the whole antics thing when he comes to Calgary? He's like, I owe it to this organization, to this team. I'm not going to fuck around tonight. I don't know. I kind of get that sense.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't pulled any shit in, what has he been here 3 times now? Was that the third or was that the second? Regardless, it's been 2 or 3 times that he hasn't. I would have thought it would be right in his wheelhouse to like muck it up, but
was he getting booed tonight? I didn't hear any boos.
No, the boos were not out tonight.
I think he's totally redeemed himself after giving a shout out to Calgary after beating the Oilers.
Yeah, beat the Oilers, shut us out. I think you're good, buddy. We should pretty much build a freaking statue for you. So
we should be standing ovation every time he touches the puck instead of booing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you said, you would always kind of have this one marked on the calendar, especially jumping on the Panthers bandwagon in the finals there.
Oh yeah.
Just anybody but the Oilers, and Sam and Chucky pull through. So
I always love them.
Nice to see him come into town.
Yeah, I think the picture of Bennett and Tkachuk with the cup should like hang in Craig Conroy's office as a reminder of what should have been and what mistakes not to make.
Yeah,
just look at it every day.
So they kill off a couple of penalties to finish out the first period. I don't know what was it Hanley was doing on that. What is it?
Forgot what he was doing. I don't know.
And it's weird because as a fan, I'll bet I don't know the exact rule, because I remember at one point, if you were in the defensive end, you could like throw the puck out at one point.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd like pick it up and.
I know you were never allowed to like put your hand. You were even allowed to do that at one point. I think just make a hand pass. But now like the rules, I don't even know what they are. But I know the players, even if they don't, they should know the rule. Like that was so egregious of a hand pass.
Yeah.
So you'd like to think you know the rules.
There.
All right, off to the second period. Derek Newman Group with CIR Realty, buying or selling. Let Derek do the work for you. Email at dnewman@cirrealty.ca or call 403-619-6661. Complimentary in-house staging consultation. Accountable and available, whether it's your first home purchase or you've bought and sold several. He will take the time to understand your goals. On the selling side, he'll do a pre-listing consultation and help you every step of the way with a comprehensive marketing plan, detailed analysis of other comparable homes in the market, ability to find homes off market and go the extra mile to hunt down options for buyers. If you're interested in buying or selling your home in the greater Calgary area, call Derek at 403-619-661, and he'll make it easy for you. Let Derek put his network to work for you. Okay, so the Panthers take a late penalty, or is it early penalty? Yeah, early penalty. Early. This is Huberto draws the penalty.
Boy, did he, eh?
Boy, did he.
I think he's the only guy in the world, and hey, he's been playing well, but I did have a good laugh when he did that. It was like a 3-on-0 down low, and
I know.
Only he would try to like toe dragger on a guy who's like sliding into him, but hey, he drew the penalty.
Didn't score on the power play. The power play didn't look that sharp tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of sloppy. Poppy's a little sloppy.
I was hoping we'd have a clip of this. I know Robert Munich does a great job of in-game highlights. Didn't have the Kadri hit, though. Kadri decked some guy here, early in the second.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of a chippy game there, too. Again, like, I'm surprised Chucky didn't get involved. There's some possible.
I'm telling you, man. He's
got a soft spot.
He's got a soft spot. Watch what he does. They're probably going to play the Oilers next. Be my guess.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so they go to Edmonton. That's going to be interesting,
rematch.
The Oilers are firing all cylinders, man.
Ugh, don't remind me.
Wolf looks sharp again in the second. Do we have the Backlund no goal? Do we have that?
The kick? I don't think we do, but
it was a nice shift that led.
Great shift by Coronado. Yep.
Great shift by Coronado. As soon as I saw the replay, I was like, "Oh fuck!" No.
Well, Backlund didn't even celebrate. He was like, no.
Yeah,
that's not. You can always tell when the guy doesn't celebrate. I don't know. I hate those stupid, dumb goal reviews, but whatever.
I'm surprised it only took 3 seconds.
Yeah, I was getting ready to
use. I could get beer back and go do some groceries while they review this.
Yeah, I could have done my taxes usually in the time it takes them to do a video review, but it was nice to speed it up.
But they come back and they score a goal a few minutes later.
Another great shift from that group.
Another great shift. 51 seconds left. Coleman, again, a great play by Coronado. I think we got this one. Let's throw it up.
Yeah. I mean, great play by Coleman. He takes a couple licks right
Look at
there,
that hit by the intermission, breaking down the shift by Coleman. Look, he takes that huge hit. He's just battling away.
Touches the puck a lot. I'd like to just like track his puck touches over a game. Like he touches the puck so much.
Man,
anytime he's on the ice, man, something's happening.
There was that one play late in the third, though. He should have shot that for sure.
Yeah, should have rifled it. Was overthinking it. But hey, when you're up 3-0.
But that's something you got to be careful of, because you saw with Huberdeau more so in his first season than last season. Even the last season, he kind of, I guess he turned it around a bit. He's shooting more this season. Obviously, he got 10 goals. But if you start getting the habit of passing too much, it really could fuck with your game, dude. So it's never a bad idea to always shoot first. But man, Coronado, he's got like the best shot on the team, dude. Like that's gotta be a no-brainer. You gotta shoot that.
Yeah.
Especially like you're passing the Backlund. Even if it's a wide open net, he's gonna fucking throw it.
I mean, I would say especially when it is a wide open net, don't pass to Backlund because he'll miss by 20 feet.
They to start the third period, they throw up the stats of Dustin Wolf and well, not even Dustin Wolf, but just the Panthers versus the Flames. The Panthers are beating us in every category of the game: shots, shot attempts, possession, everything. And you're just like, oh, we're still up 2-0. This is going to be another of those Dustin Wolf master classes. Sure enough, closes it out, gets the shutout again. So nice to see him rebound after that 6-0 or that 6-2 loss in Dallas.
Yeah, man, was he good. He's just so solid. And you know what? I was looking at some numbers just like, because I think one of the questions is why are they so good at home and they can't win on the road? It's pretty much come down to they're getting great goaltending at home and not so great goaltending on the road. Like they're what, bottom third in the league in pretty much every single metric. Shot attempts, high danger shot attempts, but save percentage, it's got to be first on home ice after tonight. It was second before the game behind only Toronto. So when they're getting the goaltending, they're winning games is pretty much what it's coming down to.
All right, third period. So Sober Carpenter craft beer reimagined. This year, Sober Carpenter celebrates 5 years of brewing award-winning non-alcoholic craft beer. From hoppy IPAs to rich Irish Reds, we've got the flavor without the buzz. Find Sober Carpenter at Sobeys, Loblaws.
I think it's Loblaws.
Or delivered straight to your door at sobercarpenter.com. Cheers to 5 years of staying true to the craft. Sober Carpenter, crafted for those who sip differently.
Bob Loblaw's Loblog.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, start the period on the power play. Again, power play, I mean, it's been better as of late, but tonight didn't do much for me. I know the broadcast is they're always too nice. They said, oh, they got some good looks, but really, there's
Kelly's just like, oh my goodness, this power play is looking great. Like, no, it's not.
And then do we have this? Yeah, 5 minutes into the period, the Dustin Wolf save on Sam Bennett. The period,
Sammy.
It's still 2-0. Instead of making the game 2-1, Dustin Wolf keeps it 2-0. This was an awesome moment in the game.
Sam Bennett still can't score on a breakaway in Calgary, eh?
Nothing's changed.
Ooh. I love when you can hear the puck hit the pad like that too.
Yes.
Just nails the pad.
Shoot the puck, right? A lot of goal scorers will pick that just right over the top of the pads.
Well, he's so good down low too. Like he made another save. I can't remember who it was. Just a pad. Like it looked like I was like, holy shit, that's labeled. And he just slides across and just easy pad save down low laterally. Like I don't know if there's anybody better. I don't want to say in the league just yet, but in terms of quickness and moving side to side and getting those pads down.
I haven't seen anybody better.
I was listening to Steve Valiquette, he's the CEO of CSA Hockey on a show the other week, and he was like, Yeah, this Wolf kid, like he's the fastest goalie I've ever seen. Like he's so fast, side to side, like incredible.
Johnny, we're from in
Who
the
are
dome,
these
bro.
dweebs?
We're from in the dome. I'm not gonna lie, we probably are doing the
Total
biggest dweebs
dweeb.
you're ever gonna see on where's Cammy? Look, I know you got a crush on her, a lot of us do, but she's got the night off. See you in the dome, boys, tonight.
We got
the
everybody starts out saying we're dweebs, and then we'll be buddies soon, right?
Sure enough. Backlund Flubber. Let's get this Backlund goal on here. This kind of secures the game. And again, right after the Dustin Wolf save, this is ultimate, hockey coming down. Like, how many times have you seen this? Big save in one end, come down, and then the Flames ice the game on this Backlund snipe show. Watch this.
Well, that's why, defensemen who are big, that's the one good thing about them, right? Like that's one of the hardest things to play against when you're a forward is a defenseman with a big stick in the corners. Like that's almost impossible.
Dude, it is. Like seriously, if anybody's play, even like road hockey, it's just like, fuck, that guy's big. He's got and then, hard to make moves on a guy that just has one of those long ass sticks.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a bit of a lower event hockey game, right? We kind of cruised, keep the Panthers from scoring any goals. Biggest takeaways from the game, Dustin Wolf.
Dustin Wolf is awesome.
I'd like doing these polls on X. The Flames player of the game. Let's see what everybody. Oh yeah, it's Wolf, hands down.
Yeah, it's Wolf for sure.
I thought Cotter had an awesome game too, though. One of his best games.
I thought Kadri's good. I thought Coronado was pretty good, but I agree, Kadri. It's nice to see him coming around. Because he was struggling there for a while. And again, the Pospisil effect, I think you throw that guy with anybody in it seems to get them going.
Okay. Bet365. I don't know how we're doing on these anytime goal scorers when we don't pick the Flames. Typically, when we're picking the Flames opponents, we do well because it's anybody that is a typical Flames killer or if they haven't scored a goal. Did we pick Gensel last week?
Well, I know I picked Robertson. I don't think it was on this show, but it was on our show.
Yes.
If you don't watch our show, which fair enough, generally our strategy with picking goal scorers is, okay, who isn't, because this is a common thing amongst
who hasn't scored an NHL goal.
Who hasn't scored an NHL goal yet is a good one. Who is in a huge scoring drought if you haven't scored in like 20 games. It's always a good bet when you're playing the Flames. So I think we picked Robertson and he got one. I think you had Gensel and he lit us up. So
3.
We're doing pretty good.
Do they pay you 3 times? If
I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't even know. All right, so Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Download the app today. Use code NATION when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Again, I like picking Flames. I don't really watch a lot of hockey outside of Flames, but I know that Panarin's cooking and Kyrie's cooking. So we got 2 options for you for tomorrow night. When you look ahead of these, you only get like 24 hours. So unfortunately, you can't go to the next Flames game. But a $10 wager will net you $25 if you pick Panarin. And then Kyrie's got a little higher odds on this one. You like Kyrie?
He scored in 3 straight. The Rangers are reeling. LA put up like 5 straight on them. I think it was in the first period tonight. The Rangers are having a heck of a time keeping the puck out of their net. So looking at old Jordan Kyrou, or maybe Robert Thomas too, but I like Kyrou. He's on a bit of a heater right now.
Thomas sure lit us up.
Anytime I can remind people that Jordan Kyrou was the player selected by the Blues with the pick we gave them for Brian Elliott, I'll take every chance to do that. That was a great trade.
All right, we got some love on here.
Super chats.
Ryland in the Dome was a Premier Flames analysis show. Appreciate it, bud. $2. Fucking awesome.
It is Premier analysis, man. It really is. You're not getting the Seinfeld jokes for like, and you're not getting this anywhere else, man.
Laws blah. What do you say? What is this? Someone's balls.
I don't think you want to sound that out.
I love the In the Dome boys more than I love Cammy.
I love everybody on the show. We're all besties.
It's just a big love fest. All right, before we close this thing out, any questions, any comments on the chat, anything, any discussion points that we need to hit up before we jump off this thing?
Keith with the comment of the night. I'll read it after we read Yuri's question about Wolf.
Okay, Yuri, how do the boys feel like Wolf's called their chances, especially given how Celebrini's been popping off lately? Just the fact alone that he's in the convo makes me stoked. The fact that he's in the convo with a first overall generational pick like Celebrini has me stoked.
And Michkov as well. And Stankoven.
Well, how good is it Hudson?
Oh, Lane Hudson. Yeah, he's been great too.
He scored his first goal tonight, man. Watching his highlights.
Yeah,
man,
he's incredible.
Friggin' skate and move the puck.
But yeah, I think the fact he didn't play kind of like took him out of the conversation a little bit. Like you said, Celebrini's been heating up. But I think he's right there. Like as a goalie, putting up the kind of numbers he's putting up, you've got to take that into consideration. Here's the
Doesn't
comment.
Wolf would already be the greatest goalie, you know this.
Dude.
What about Grant Fuhr?
What do you not? Dude, are you kidding me? Are you telling me Dude, go watch those highlights. I know there's a lot of like Grant Fuhr.
Grant Fuhr was not that good, no, but
it was like, the Oilers won 7-6. Great.
Well, it's funny, man. I was watching
Remember Grant Fuhr was a Flame? I don't really remember, but I've seen pictures.
I watched a bit of the game with my girlfriend tonight, and it's one of those things where, because everybody nonstop talking about Dustin Wolf being small, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, wouldn't you want to be small if you're a goalie? You can move around faster. I was like,
sure,
well,
he sure moves around.
Yeah, she sure does. I mean, like nobody's quicker than him side to side. I don't know. I'm so stoked to see him progress. I just love watching him play.
Did you like the Zeri almost own goal? Holy crap.
Yeah, that was close. What was the comment of the night you wanted to get to?
That was it right there. Keith, the Wolf would be the best goalie in Oilers history. He would be. Is it even close? Who do they ever have playing in net? I guess we shouldn't be gloating too much. They are absolutely on fire. And
what about Mike Smith, man? He's pretty good.
Mike Smith, Tommy Salo. I remember one of the best experiences I remember when I was a kid watching hockey was when Tommy Salo was playing for Team Sweden and he let that goal in from like center ice. Weren't they playing like Belarus or something? It was very embarrassing. And
what's up, Mike Mitchell? Great game. Is this our first win on this show?
I think so.
The first one we ever did last year, the LA Kings game, they won that, but we haven't had a win in a while. Okay, I remember this. Bradley talked about trading Kadri by Christmas time. We keep talking about this. It's still a talking point. Like, he is going off right now. Trade value is skyrocketing with these goals he's scoring. If you were Connie, what would you do with Kadri?
Well, I would be, of course, if there's a market for him, you got to look at it. I think.
Yeah, but what would you do? Like, let's say
I'd be feeding Brad Kadri. I'd be feeding Brad Treliving Kadri highlights every night. If I'm Connie, I'm just like texting Brad, like, look at those mitts, man. You could probably use it. You lost to Detroit tonight. Like, you could have used this guy down the middle, eh?
Kadri hate's insane. I don't see a lot of Kadri hate online. Do you? And obviously,
I don't see much Kadri hate.
Obviously, we're not talking about him tonight. It's no hating on him. It's more so, managing assets, and maybe this is the best time to move him. But
well, yeah, it would be the best time. Like, he's still playing, and I think he will age decently well. He already is. So it's not like this is not like, oh, Huberdeau's like resurgent, somebody's interested, like get rid of him as soon as you possibly can. This would be if it makes sense for everybody. I think the thing with Kadri is that, from what we've heard, he wouldn't be willing to really go many places. So I think if he would be open to it, but again, like, you start losing, you're not in the playoff picture. You're Kadri, you're a baller, you're a champion.
Yeah.
You want to get back in the mix. So
you've had that once, shot at success. There's going to be teams that are interested. Yeah. At this point, there's teams interested. I mean, look at the last couple of weeks he's had. Scored. Does he have the nicest goals in the NHL?
Yeah, easily.
Nope. You were saying that earlier.
I was saying he's got the most. I would say he's got per capita, like per goal, he's got like the most. The ratio of sick goals to goals is like almost 1-to-1. That's got to be tops in the league. Every goal he scores is sick.
You said the goal tonight was better. I think the goal the other night was better, even though I like tonight's goal more out of the two.
Tonight's goal was dirty.
Okay, man. Closing thoughts. Should we look to next week?
Yeah, what do we got? Boston playing old.
They are struggling right now.
Yeah, they are struggling. Lindholm is struggling. Old Lindy's back in town. It's
Lindholm's
at home, right?
getting some hate all up in Boston.
Hey, man,
let's throw that.
There's another former Flame we should be building a statue for because this time for not signing with us. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you turning down all that money. Yeah, Boston is in town. It'll be the first time he's back as a member of another team. So that'll be cool. Hopefully he gets a good ovation.
Boston, Ottawa, and Chicago to close out the week before the Christmas break. Oh, here we go. This is cool.
Oh,
Boston.
Yeah. Production value.
Production value. I don't know, man. Like the Sens are pretty hot right now, but there's 3 beatable teams.
Well, we for whatever reason we always struggle with Ottawa. We can never beat the Sens. We never beat Chicago either.
That's true.
So there's like 3 beatable teams. So we'll probably beat Boston and Vegas if I had to guess. But it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to see Lindholm back in town. And I hope Wolf gets the lion's share of the next few starts here. That's really all I'm looking for. Is Lindholm injured? Somebody said Lindholm's injured. He must be. He's been, from what I've heard, really bad.
I would like to see, obviously, Wolf start against Boston and probably Ottawa, but I would still like to see Cooley get a game in here before.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get Cooley a game just so we can have probably the most epic press conference of all time.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you all on the next one.